The piece that we found really interesting was how so many of the senior executives that were around the table were talking about innovation and transformation. Sometimes they're overused buzzwords, particularly in IT, and it was interesting to us to see that the discussion was not so focused around the technology piece, but more around the people and the culture piece. And everybody seems to be trying to address that or resolve that or improve that in their own organization. So that was very interesting for us to see how everybody that was at the roundtable this morning was working on the same sorts of issues. Some had very interesting ideas and lots of information shared. So lots of notes were taken. I think some good introductions were made. One of the things that we talk about within Red Hat is our whole philosophy of being a large open source software vendor is to focus around an open, transparent, and collaborative organization. We have a process that we call the Open Decision Framework, and I think the takeaway for us would be to try and share that with more large organizations. It has nothing to do with the technology or us as a vendor, but more about decision making and making and the ideas of a meritocracy or letting the best ideas win. Then this Open Decision Framework can be a bit of a catalyst in that. One of the things that we've done quite often here in Canada, around the world as well, but here in Canada with the team that we're on, is something we call an Open Innovation Lab. And we talk about people and process and culture. Culture should happen, and we believe, at the forefront there at the beginning. An Open Innovation Lab is a residency program within Red Hat where we partner up with our client. We pick a neutral or a third-party location away from the cell phones and the emails and the whizzes and dings of the laptops and the cell phones, and lets people try and take a process within their organization and how do I improve the process. And we don't talk about the technology until we've mapped out and improved the process. That's something we've been very successful with, and the people that we've worked with on these types of engagements have been very, very enthusiastic and positive about the end result. We see a shift, particularly as the younger people, the millennials, the Generation Zs, whatever term you choose to use, as they enter the workforce, the way that they think, and when I talk to my own children, my own sons, I see the exact same thing. The way that they think is very different from the way that people my age would think. So it forces us to sort of turn around some of the ideas, some of the thinking we're doing. An innovation lab or this type of an engagement is how to improve the process, to how to improve the culture, how to give, as I said earlier, around the idea of a meritocracy, letting the best ideas win. So in my generation, it was a very command and control structured organizations. Nowadays, those organizations are changing quite a bit. So they are more open and collaborative. An innovation lab encourages the best ideas, and then we'll build a technology or a solution around that to improve the process for the organization.